Hey guys, how's it going? My name is Lois and welcome back to SevTech Ages. In the last episode, we were, let's see, what were we doing? We were working on Better Earth mods, primarily. Trying to get access to the kiln, which we have set up. The stoked kiln, stoked cauldron. We still need to get a crucible at some point. How bad is it to make one of those? Unfired crucible. Just got to do some turntable stuff and then fire it in the kiln. That's not that hard. We made this thing, the super sound muffler, which is amazing. Basically makes a lot of things, a lot of sounds just go away, which is always nice. And the more important thing is we got nether bricks. The item, not the block. And with this, we can now make the blast furnace. So we need 27 blast bricks to make the blast furnace. We need to grab our hammer. And we're going to go ahead and set this guy up. Just kind of temporarily right over here. Why not? So it's just a 3x3. By 3. Nothing too difficult here. And with this, we'll be able to make steel. Now, why do we need steel? Well, steel is going to basically get us into the technology. More technology age type stuff. So we got to use coal, coke, and iron to get the steel. Now, let's take a look at the next quest thing. So we just need to get a piece of steel. And we actually are going to need a lot of steel. The big reason for this is we need steel for things like the windmill, the watermill, some of the bigger machines, the core sample drill, which is going to get us into oil and all that kind of stuff. A lot of technology stuff. And eventually we will move all of our immersive engineering stuff over that direction. This is just kind of temporary because we need to start getting stuff before we can set stuff up. Specifically, one of the big things we need is either a water wheel or a windmill. Well, we're going to actually make both, but let's get let's just put all of it in there. Why not? We're going to take one piece out for the windmill, which we're going to go ahead and make. So yeah, this is not gonna be the quickest of recipes to process. It's about halfway there actually. It's a lot quicker than I thought it was going to be. If we take a look at the blast brick, one, we'll need some more stuff for the uncrafting table. That's something that's actually really cool. But if we take a look at something that I know needs steel, it doesn't tell me how long. Steel will be a little bit better later. It'll be a little bit quicker. We can upgrade this guy to make it a little faster. But one thing that we need right now is some creosote oil. And we'll get to that in just a second. But we have our first piece of steel, which is a neat achievement. So with that, we can start working towards making, for example, the metal press. Which is going to make a lot of other things easier. But that requires power and that requires wires and all sorts of stuff. So we got to get started on that. First things first, we have some treated wood. We're going to get some more treated wood. How much planks do I have? A little over a stack. And let's go ahead and get these guys placed down. And we're just going to make... I guess we need 5 more recipes worth of this. And today's episode is going to be a little bit weird. We're going to do a bit of work around the base. And then I'm still debating where we're going to go after that. I haven't fully decided. But we're either going to... And we're going to get a full stack of this treated wood. Because 1, we need to get rid of the creosote oil in here. And 2, why not? Eventually we will be able to make tanks, and that will help tremendously. It'll help a lot, tremendously, to basically get more stuff We'll start storing liquids and all that kind of fun stuff. But that's something we'll have to kind of wait on. Anyways, let's get rid of the blast bricks. We have that made. And we're going to go ahead and make the windmill right now. So we're going to need 8 windmill blades. So we're going to need 8 of these, and then a bunch of this. So how much is it that we need each? Oh, that's it. Just half a stack. So there is 8 windmill blades. We put those around like so, and we make a windmill. And that is another advancement. And then we also need to make a water wheel. Now, whether or not the water wheel or the windmill is the better version of like what we should be using, I don't know. I've always used the water wheels just because they're a little bit simpler to set up. But the windmills are also pretty good. But I think we can make the water wheel as well now. Whoops, wrong thing. It requires 3 water wheel segments. So that's 3 and... so it's 4 of these. And then 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And there is the segments, and then a single piece of steel in the center will give us the water wheel. Cool. So 2 quests pretty quickly done. And kind of the point of that is, well, these are going to be our power generators. Now, in order for them to actually generate power, we're going to need the kinetic dynamo. We're also going to need some wires. So if we do LV wire stuff, that should be fine. LV wire coils. Now I have to remember that in this version of Immersive Engineering, these do electrocute you. So don't get electrocuted. But we need some terracotta and copper for those. And that should not be a problem. I don't know if there's a quest for this stuff or not. Let's go ahead and make the conveyor belt though, because we're going to need that as well. And that is just 2 iron and a piece of redstone. Let's go hammer up some iron. Eventually we'll be able to change blocks a little bit simpler, and it'll be nicer. But for now, we're just gonna do one of these. Alright, so there is a bunch of iron. We do actually have a lot of resources. We just have them kind of compacted. Then we needed the redstone, right, which we do have a lot of redstone as well. So we'll make the conveyor belts. We're going to be using these later for making the metal press, which we need to get blaze rods. A lot of this stuff we're not going to worry about too much though for right now, just because it's going to be a while before we actually get to it. So let's actually put the water wheel and windmill in there, as well as the conveyor belts. And iron can be put away. Alright, so, and then I guess we'll put the treated wood in here. So if we want to make the core sample drill, we're gonna need some stuff. So the core sample drill requires steel fence, requires steel rods, which we can make from steel plates. Again, if we had the metal press, it'd be a lot easier, but the metal press is fairly expensive, requires power. Do we do it? I think it will be better. So let's go ahead and try to do that. And we're not going to set up the other base quite yet. Over there for the immersive engineering. I say other base. I mean just the other stuff that we need. We have 5 steel. We might be able to do this. So first things first, we're going to need a bunch of copper for copper wires. 4 copper for each. So we're going to need a lot of copper. So let's just grab a bunch of copper, and then we're going to need a little bit of iron and some redstone. We're also going to need some terracotta, which... let's just get... Oh, right, we can't do it that way. Because we're going to need the LV wire stuff. So the wire connector requires terracotta, which is 4 clay pressed. How many does it need? It needs 4. So let's get like... Let's go ahead and get 16. Well, no, that's my... Those are my potatoes. I need those. I am hungry in the game and sort of in real life too. So we need terracotta. I don't think we have any just lying around. No. So not that big of a deal. We just got to go press this stuff. And then we can work on getting a bunch of plates. And all of this will make it a little bit easier once we have the metal press to get more stuff, basically. And eventually, there's a lot of work I need to do. I need to just kind of log on here one day and do a bunch of building planning, transporting of animals, and all that kind of fun stuff. We need to move all of our stuff up to the mountains. Tired of kind of having to run down here, but I'm hoping that soon we can ignore this. Because the sooner we don't have to come down here to use these guys, the sooner I don't have to have them. And there are ways, for example, if we want the clay blocks, we can use a metal press with this metal press mold packing 2x2. There's 2 of those that are very useful, and we will get there. Currently, it's going to be hard to store power, so I don't know how bad is it to make a capacitor. Oh, that's actually really easy. So we might go ahead and do that. So we might actually want more clay, which we can go ahead and just come down here and mine some in the riverbed. Yeah, there's some right here. Let's go ahead and get some clay. Sole purpose so that we can get a couple other things. Because the way the wire stuff works is kind of a pain. But we'll get there. Because what we have to do, and this is the weirdness, LV wire connectors can only connect to each other. They only have like one connection each. If we want to connect multiple things, we'll have to use the LV wire relays. We will want these eventually. Wire connectors are needed for input-output of power, so we'll have to have one on the kinetic dynamo that's attached to the thing, the capacitor, which is then attached to the metal press. Now we won't need any more than that for now, but that is something that we're gonna have to do. So might as well get to work on it and get some extra clay for the time being. Let's just get one more, and then I'll put the stuff up. Things like that. I need to go get a collection of clay and, you know, just kind of work on stuff. Boring mining type things that I enjoy. I really do enjoy doing that, but it's just I haven't really hopped on here to do that yet. I'm not looking forward to moving animals up to our base, but that's something else we'll have to do at some point. I do want to have a sheep farm at the very least, and probably also all the other animals we can get, because why not? We might use them later. Probably not, but we might. So, we have this stuff. Now we're going to need to take the copper. Let's go ahead and make all of this. Let's just do the 4, actually, into the terracotta. And we'll go ahead and put this stuff away. One of the other things that I really want to do is I want to explore the nether. So that's kind of where I'm at with what are we going to do today, outside of like this little prep stuff. So we're going to need, let's see, we're going to need 4 each. Let's see. So we're going to need 8 plates. So there's 4. That's the extra wires we'll need later. 2, 3. This isn't too bad. It's just kind of tedious. But yeah, so some other things that I'm kind of considering that we need to do. So 11, we need 8, 12. Okay, that should be it for now. We turn all of these into wires, and then we'll turn the wires into various things. So there is a handful of things that we really need to get done. One of those being, we need to do a little bit of exploration in the Nether, specifically for, I believe it's, yeah, iron. And then there is the kinetic dynamo. Cool. So we set that up with our windmill, and then that will be fine. And since this is going to be temporary, I'm not going to worry about making it look nice or anything. We'll worry about that when we move everything. But yeah, we have some achievements that we need to do. We can't grow nether wart. I talked about this very briefly last episode, but there is a liquid that we need in order to grow nether wart. And we have to go get it. So that's something that we're going to need to do. And then we also need to do some other things to make things a little bit nicer around here. So we need the terracotta, or as I know it better as hardened clay. So there is all that. And then I want to make an LV capacitor, so that's 3 iron. We need a piece of lead and the treated wood. But yeah, we need to do a lot of work. We don't have any lead smelted up. I know we have lead, but we don't have any lead smelted up. So let's get like a stack of it and just let it go to town. So while that is cooking, we'll get the LV capacitor. We need to make, so we have everything we need for there. We need to make the metal press. And that's going to make things a little bit easier going forward. So what all does it take? That's what I don't remember. It is heavy machinery, metal press. So we need 2 steel scaffolding, redstone engineering block, a piston, 2 conveyor belts, and a heavy engineering block. Okay, so that's where things are going to get annoying. So we have that, and we have that. So we're going to need an engineering block. So we need, first of all, we're going to need to grab 2 conveyor belts and a piston. And this is a multi-block structure, so it's kind of cool. We can build it fairly easily. If you've never experienced Immersive Engineering, it's a really good mod. But it's going to look a lot different in this. So we're going to need 3 steel rods, which is steel plates. Okay. So 3 steel plates, hammered twice. And then that will give us the steel rods we need. And then we can get the steel scaffolding, and this actually makes extra, so that is good. We only need 2 of these, but we'll need more later for other things. Okay, so let's go ahead and grab the lead since it's already done, and then we can quickly make the LV capacitor. Perfect. Cool. So where are we going to set this up? I've been putting a lot of this stuff right in here. So I guess this is going to look really silly, but I'm going to go with it. So what we're going to do is just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Something like this. We're going to put the kinetic dynamo. And then I have to remember I believe. Let's see. Can I? Oh man, I gotta remember. Let's actually look at the book. It should say in the book. If we look at power generation, windmill. So we can make it be better. We need hemp for that. That doesn't really tell me much. So let's see if there is basic wiring. Connectors and relays will only. Yep. Voltage. Input, output, stuff. There's a lot of things. Capacitors. Blue is input, output is orange. So I'm going to assume if we do that, we're going to put the windmill on. This is the part where I'm not entirely sure. I think it's that side, but let's rotate this. I think it's there. A little bit of a lag spike. Oh, there we go. Okay, so it has power. Now if we break this and then replace it, if we put it on there, okay, it's getting power. That is what we want to see. And then we right click that and it will link. Just drop on down. Can we sleep and still have that link going? You know, I don't know that today's episode we're going to explore. I'm realizing this is taking a lot more time than I thought it would. So let's just bring that down to, honestly, here. And what did it say? Orange, blue was input, orange is output. Input, and this is getting power. So I believe what we can do is right click this and get output, and then we can have that powering our metal press. And this will be just the temporary, very basic thing that we're going to use. Now the metal press, I guess let's go ahead and put it like right here. And it requires those two blocks there. I know that much. So if we go to the metal press, heavy machinery, there is some major things that we're going to need later, but conveyor belt going this way, and then a piston facing downwards will be in the middle. Nope, that's not downwards. There we go. And then we just need the other two pieces, which is a redstone engineering block and a heavy engineering block. So the redstone engineering block, let's see, what can we get rid of? What is scaffolding? Okay, we can get rid of that. So the redstone engineering block requires redstone alloy and iron plates, 4 iron plates, and then the redstone alloy blocks, which is not too bad. This is going to break. So 4 iron plates, and then it needs the redstone redstone alloy plates. So I have to remember what that is again. It's constan, which is nickel and copper. 1 to 1 gives you 2. So if we need 4, we're gonna need 2 things of nickel and copper. 1, 2. Nickel and copper, and then we need the redstone and glowstone. We need 4 of each. So we need to go grab some glowstone. And that will make the redstone plates. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. So that should be pretty quick and easy, assuming we still have plenty of fuel, which we do. All right, cool. So the other thing we need is, was it just 1 heavy? Yeah, 1 heavy engineering block. And that requires 2 pistons, 4 steel, 2 steel mechanical components, which is 2 steel plates and a copper. How many does that make us? That is the question. It's 1, so we need 4 steel plates. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then we just throw this in here, steel mechanical plates. So 4 of those, 2 of those. 2 more pistons. And that's pretty much it, right? Heavy engineering. We need 1 more steel and 1 electrum. Okay. I don't know that we have any electrum. No. But we can make 1 pretty easy. It is a piece of gold and a piece of silver. We'll, in fact, just do it in there. Molten redstone. Oh, we still have... I swore I put 2 copper in there. We'll put another piece of copper in there. Oh, it made a copper plate. Okay. So we're going to get a little bit extra than I thought, but that's okay. Let's go ahead and get the 4. Are we going to use a copper plate anytime soon? For wires, certainly. Circuit boards. Okay, we'll keep 1 for a circuit board. We'll just throw that in there. 2. Alright, we can get that pouring out. And then we need a piece of gold, piece of silver. We're going to smelt those up. And, you know, I realized we didn't necessarily want these all to be the plates, but that's okay. We can smelt it back. And we'll get the electrum as an ingot. Alright, let's see. Do we have any more steel? We should have at least 1 more steel. We have plenty of steel. Cool. So we should be able to just go ahead and make the heavy engineering block. We need the electrum. The redstone engineering block, which I don't think any of this was quest, but might as well do it. And there is the electrum, and we have some lead as well. So there is the heavy engineering block, and then all we have to do, heavy engineering block goes here, redstone goes here, smack the piston, and there is the metal press. Now to power this guy, we just jump up here, grab a wire, and this guy has power. So the neat thing is we can actually put a chest, which, do we have any chests lying around? We certainly do. Let's put that in there, that away. Wires can go. I even put the redstone alloy plates because we'll need those again. That will not be a problem. But we just put something like this. Whoa! Didn't mean to pick it back up. And now the thing we need to do is get the actual plate presses. So we'll grab another chest. And this is going to be the kind of annoying thing. So we can get rid of the engineering blocks, capacitors. What else do we have? The redstone engineering blocks can go away. So the next thing we're going to do is we need blueprints for the metal press molds, which requires a single steel plate. And then to use those, we're going to need, first one we're going to make is plates. So we're going to need 5 steel plates for that. So we're going to need 6 steel plates to make this thing. And that's kind of the annoying part. So more hammering. But once we're done with this, we'll never have to hammer this stuff out again. We don't even have to use the smeltery. So nice and quick and automatable, which is even better. So let's grab that stuff. We're going to need, let's take that out. Oh, you can't take stuff out while that's there. Interesting. We're also going to grab just another chest to put there. So we're going to need paper and blue dye. So put that in there. Iron. Everything can be put away. We just need paper. Which, can we get paper the normal way? I can never remember. No. Do we have paper. We have a lot of paper. We just need the blue dye. So to get blue dye, we need bachelor buttons. We have those. That'll work. We need 3, so 2 of those will be more than enough. Cool. We're gonna go millstone these. And yeah, that'll be pretty much everything at this point. So not too bad. We just throw those in here. They go off very quietly. It's so nice. I love having that. And we can go ahead and get that set up and ready. We probably also have some blue dye laying down at the base, but whatever. Cool. So there is the engineer's blueprint for the metal press molds. And there is a lot of them that we're going to want. But for right now, the big thing is just getting them. We're going to put that right there. We're going to put this right here. And we put 5 in here. Oh, we also need the wire cutters. Ow. See? Electric. Don't touch the wires. You can insulate them so that it doesn't matter. But, yeah, don't touch the wires. They hurt. And, yeah, we're going to get the plates mold first. So there's the metal press mold plate, and then what we do is just put this right here. And let's grab some steel. We're actually out of coal coke. That is the other thing we're going to need a lot of. So let's get most of a stack going ahead and starting. And we can get 5 more steel. And what we can do is just toss it on here, and it will automatically make plates. It's kind of awesome. So we'll put that in there, put those in there, and then the other thing we're going to need, I believe, is the packing, and then we're going to want an unpacking thing later, because these things are really useful for when we have because we can't do much with blocks. So, like, for example, redstone alloy block. The only way to get it into a block, well, from a block to the ingots, is not easy. Compacting drawers are a thing we can do, Those are really expensive, but that might also help. So we might not worry about the unpacking, except for the fact that we need it for blaze rods. So if we want blaze rods, oh, it's the rod press. Perfect. That's one that I want to get anyway. So we'll take that out. And I realize we probably want to put this guy, like, not there. Here. Ow. Don't jump there. Low-hanging wires. So we'll do the metal press rod. And we can make any of the metal plates press. And to switch them, you just right-click them. It's nice and easy. Put that there. And we need 4 blaze powder, which I believe we have. No, we only have 1. We only have 1 left. So I guess it's time to go take a trip to the lovely place that is... I'm going to turn that back into an ingot. We need to go back to the nether. That might be what we primarily do. Next episode is head to the nether and do some exploration and whatnot. One thing we also need to do is get more arrows. Why can't I not make arrows? How bad are these? We need feathers, and I think that might be the sticking point. Let's see. Mob drops. Oh no, we have a ton of feathers. Is it flint? We don't have much flint. We can get flint. That is weird. Okay, so we can get flint by smelting up gravel, which we have a lot of. Let's go ahead and get a bunch of this cooking. 16 to be exact. And then we'll get some arrows. And that is primarily for the adventures in the nether. But yeah, that's what we're probably going to do next episode. If we take a look at our quest book, we have like 3 things to do in the nether. And then we also need to make the core sample drill, which just takes some more steel scaffolding, light engineering blocks, which are really quite easy. Especially now that we have the metal press, we can make plates very simply. Steel fences, we can make steel rods cheaply. 1 piece of steel instead of 2. And how much steel scaffolding do we have? We could, you know what, let's go ahead and make that if we have enough steel. Which we currently have none. So we would need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 steel. If we can get that, then we could do this. So does that not cook there? Did it have to be the... Hold on. Recipe flint. Flint block. It has to be the kiln. Okay. That's worse. Okay. So we're going to need some iron and copper for these guys. So what is it? We're going to need 2 of those. So it's 4 plates. Let's go ahead and make the steel into that. And then we're going to need 4 steel in total. Switch these. 1, 2, 3, 4. So there is that. We have the steel scaffolding. Yeah, this shouldn't be too bad. So once we have the 4 steel plate or iron plates, we can take this over here. take this out. And put those. There's the 2 iron mechanical components. So this should let us make the light engineering blocks. And then all we need is 4 steel. So, ow. Gotta stop doing that. Interesting. This is such a weird block. And I wonder if we like broke it. If it that gives us a lot more if we stone anvil it. Interesting. So kind of what we need to do at this point, we're gonna need to find oil. That I think is the next like major thing. And once we do that, one other thing we're gonna want to do is start making storage drawers. You know, I'll do that later. We could make some stuff to make that a little bit automated, but is there another way to get these that's easier? No, of course not. So let's take these up to the stone anvil and hammer them off to get the flint, and then we can make more arrows. Cool. That is more than enough. So, do we have all this stuff? We need just one more. We're also getting slag, which is not particularly useful. We'll probably do something with it later. I don't know what yet, but I'm sure we'll find something to do with it. Let's just drop this off. So yeah, one thing that we need to do, we need to go exploring other dimensions. We need to deal with the between lands. There's a lot to do there. One of the big things with that, though, is it's scary, and I don't like it. We can make a bunch of these compacting drawers. These are not that expensive. The star metal is a lot easier to get at this point, especially if we can go get some more iron ore from the Twilight Forest. So like there's a lot that we can kind of do. And we need to make this place a little bit nicer. Something I want to do at some point is this ore thing. All of our frame drawers will probably move over here and have, let's see, currently we have what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We could just do like the bottom row and then a top row of some of these guys. We'll kind of play it by ear. This is gonna be kind of our base of operations. It's gonna be our house where we live type of thing. But we're gonna run out of storage room fairly quickly here because it's not that large. We could make up for it by putting a second floor or something, but that just complicates things. Anyways, let's go ahead and make the core sample drill, and then I get to look into how to actually use it, because I don't know. I've never actually done this before, but there is the core sample drill, and we need to use the core sample drill and to locate oil in a chunk. Set up an immersive petroleum pump jack to extract it, and grab a bucket to complete the advancement. So this does require power. And it tells us ore veins and liquids under the surface. So basically, Immersive Engineering has this whole system where ores and liquids you cannot see, they don't actually exist. They exist in the chunk. They're make-believe type of thing. You can drill for them. There's two different things. There's one for the ores, there's one for the liquids. The pump jack is for the liquids. The ores, it's like a... it's a big machine. It's a very big machine. I know that much. Excavator. That's what it's called. Yeah, the excavator. It's huge. Requires a lot of things. And it's able to dig up things from the ground if you find them in the core sample drill. Now, I don't know that we'll have to do that in this series. I'm not entirely sure. But it could be useful. Probably won't be, just because of the way everything works. Unless we cannot get nuclear stuff. Because that's some of the minerals that we'll be able to find. Is like uranium, I think. We can check. So you can get coal, beryl, which is emeralds, black quartz, Certus quartz, cinnabar. Okay, so most of the stuff is not that bad. But one thing can be found in Dimension 10, which I believe is the... Dimension 10 is, I believe, the beneath. So, yeah. We'll need to power that and kind of all that fun stuff. What I will do is, between episodes, I'm going to do a little bit of work just kind of collecting stuff. And I think I'm going to start building and planning out an area over yonder. And I also want to see if I can find any tanks that we can use. Ow. Ow. I hate that thing. Oh, lag spike. So any tanks that we can use so that we can basically store the creosote oil. So that's kind of the plan. Next time I think we're going to go ahead and do a little bit of exploration, but we'll also set up a little bit of the immersive engineering stuff and go from there. So I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. I was expecting to go exploring today, but it didn't happen. The steel was being made a lot faster than I expected. So yeah, that's going to be it for today. I am having a lot of lag issues now. So I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!